300Zs or something?
No, the Scion, the little the van XB.
Yeah, I got you.
We had matching cars. We
Matching franchise.
Yep.
I forgot. See, y'all that much younger than me. There wasn't no Scions when I come up.
Yeah, Datsun.
Yeah, we have.
All right, let people get in. So the holidays been pretty good for you?
Picking up.
Did you get gift sets? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, every year.
I feel like Christmas came real early this year.
They did. Well, you got to get them early because then everyone buys them up, and then you're stuck with none. But we sell out usually before the week of Christmas. There were some still in stock. We bought a couple, got some in today. Elijah Craig, Bullet.
You gotta bring your mic up a little bit.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's been live. It was getting people in, and then when I hit the ad, do you have your phone on you?
Yes.
If you want to share your stuff for your family sees, because when the live, I can go back and put it in, but I can't share on the live until after the show. So if you want family to see on your social, you just have to share it.
Share the.
I think
the post.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go into hit this intro. Music by Cloud. Magnolia Room Speakeasy. Airbnb Bosses. Drinx. Shout out to John. Direct Auto. Go see Michael West. Collision Depot. They will fix and repair to the highest standard. The District Coffee Company, downtown Ocean Springs, and the new location, Pascagoula.
We offer home, auto, commercial, builders, whips, and life insurance.
Oliver's Guide.
Oliver Shots Insurance.
Says I'm live right here.
Team Mississippi live now. Share.
Yeah. No, so I started doing these promos that way because I used to not. And now it's like, hey, you got David Lee Miller coming on.
everybody has an idea who's coming, what they're gonna be talking about.
I kind of like this though because you're doing good things. So I'm very interested in how you got started, things like that. These are fascinating podcasts for me because I didn't know anything about your organization until John and you text me in that group.
And that's why most people don't know about organ tissue donation until it actually hits them personally either. So that's what we're trying to promote and educate and make people aware of, the need for organ donors, the conversation about being an organ donor, so that when the tragedy is either in your lap or in a family member's lap or someone else's lap, it's not the first time you thought about it or considered it, and you can make that decision based on the conversations you've had previously.
So you pretty much, with your organization, like the driver's license situation, that asks if you want to be an organ donor.
Correct.
You have your own similar platform, so you're building pretty much your own roster of people.
We are the true advocates of organ tissue donation, in my opinion. While the federal government has designated the DOT as the platform, and then the states give organizations chapters to handle organ and tissue transplants, but that's the medical side of it, not so much the education or promotional side of it. One thing is you can't sign somebody up to be an organ and tissue donor and give them a gift or an incentive. That's not,
It's kind of like insurance.
right. So it's being, I'm a bone marrow recipient and a liver recipient myself. So now that I've actually received 2 organs, I understand how important the organ donation is to me and my family. We try and show the positive side of the organ and tissue donation.
Did you do this before or after you like, so this must have came before 1998.
This actually came before 98. Yes.
So then you went through it, and then you're like, screw this, I'm gonna start something. I'm gonna start to help.
It really yes, to be honest, but it really started as a competitive means. I just wanted to compete. And after having a transplant, me and John wouldn't be on the same playing field. John is a healthy guy, and now that I've had a transplant, I'm suppressed, kind of like put in a bubble, protected, and I've got to rebuild my system. I've got to rebuild my strength and everything. We found that there's a group that holds competitions every 2 years called the Transplant Games of America, and it's a competition for transplant athletes.
You have to be on had a transplant to
First
enter.
qualification's got to be a transplant. So I signed up thinking, hey,
Hold on, let me get into this real quick. Have you ever had anybody try to cheat?
absolutely.
That's got to be a common thing, because people want medals, and they'll do whatever it takes to get a medal.
There's a
Anything
whole
with
movie
competition.
about it.
Yeah.
The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville.
But that's yeah.
It's
Yes,
the same thing.
yeah. But I could see that, because we have the fishing tournament like Croaker Classic, and people try so hard to cheat with a croaker.
So I also compete at World, and when you are dealing with other countries and there's a language barrier,
Oh, you have no luck.
I mean, it gets pretty competitive, and it gets, whatever the word is, cheating in other languages, you're all kind of calling it out to each other for,
Now, is it corporate sponsors behind y'all?
We have some corporate sponsors. We have medical partners, a lot of supporters and individuals, but we do have some across the state. And then in each community where an organ or transplant recipient is, some of them receive their own sponsored local affiliates.
Oh, this is cool. So how many people does Team Mississippi have?
Currently, I tell you what, let me tell you the stats from the past games, and you got to bear with me because I am.
You're okay.
blind.
I'm thinking this is more like Cool Runnings, like, you know what I mean, like the bobsled team. This is
We're working on trying to get one of those. But there is a winter
A
games.
bobsledding team.
No, there's a winter games for the transplant athletes.
I'm pretty sure they got everything, but you have to be on a list, because people, like you said, if somebody had a liver issue, they can't do, that many miles versus a guy that's, a Micah Shepherd that eats just broccoli and chicken.
I've been with him to Popeyes. It's not.
Hey,
entirely
John,
true.
just allegedly.
Multiple times.
So in 2025, we had 33 athletes. 27 of those were recipients, 6 were living donors, and then 6 donor families. And 7 of those 33 athletes were pediatric. That team scored 125
So you
total
said
medals.
33. What altogether was the first number?
33.
Okay.
Scored 125 medals. 80 of them gold, 20 silver, and 25 bronze.
So I have cerebral palsy. I'm a Shriner's kid. I'm disabled. Can I enter? Or no, I have to have a transplant. So
You have to have
okay.
a solid organ or tissue, cornea transplant.
See, I can't do it. But it's good to know that.
It's not like we're trying to recruit based on those needs, but we're trying to show through the medical side, the rehab, and what these kids can accomplish. Now, the 7 pediatrics are all striving back in school. And with the no tail policy, the HIPAA laws and everything that protects you, these kids can go on to get scholarships. Where when I came through in my time, they just said no.
Yeah, with your time, they didn't have a Sound XB.
There you go.
So are y'all like very like, you can only hang out with us, or do you allow just regular people come support y'all?
No. The team is made up of recipients, living donors, donor families, professional staff, and supporters. And that's John. I mean, John's actually part of the team now with how he's supporting us and everything.
Are you trying to race these people, John? He likes to
They're giving
run.
it-
He likes to run.
Well,
I pulled my hamstring racing my son at open house at North Bay, so not much running.
so you become part of the team, but now you can't compete in the medal competitions at the transplant games.
Well, that's fair. You have to protect them.
Right.
Because there's, like I said, there's a big thing where there's people in this world that they just want medals. Like they want to get first place. They want to be number one. I mean, I've seen it in my race, pink dress run. I mean, it's more of a fun run. It's a 5K and go for it. But we'll have, out of our 800 runners, we have about 10 serious runners.
You got 10 serious runners?
Yeah, about 10 or 15 probably.
So here's what we need to do. You get your 10 runners, and I will bring my track star that medaled from the games and put them together. And I will go ahead and say right now, my athlete will beat your 10.
Brittany Reese needs you. Brittany Reese is she's a Gulfport coach. She won a gold medal for long jump. She still coaches it. She does a great job because long jump's not so serious in our schools down here, but she took that role on. She came back to the States. I think she won a couple medals, came back to the States to coach. A lot like I said, cool runnings. Like she's got a small little group.
Well, and that's similar to what we found. And like I was a baseball player. So that was my strong point. And of course, we don't have a transplant baseball team, but I bowl now. And understanding how a ball moves and everything else helps with trajectory. But we have a track star that had kidney failure while he was in college. Gave up running, goes on, has a family, gets back, teaches high school, becomes a high school track coach, getting these kids motivated. And then he finds out about us and we carry him to Birmingham. And this track was the same track that he held his last event on. He blistered the field. And I'm telling you, over halfway ahead of everybody.
Do y'all have like, I mean, I see that you have a lot of branding with your team. Do y'all have like the blue and neon jumpsuits?
We're not really into that yet, but we're focusing on trying to use the primary colors of organ and tissue donation. Green is renewedness of grass. That's post-transplant. The blue is for the donor family or the donor, where they go to the heavens. So it's kind of we incorporate the lime green and the blue just to kind of represent the embracing of the story of organ and tissue donation.
I like it. I think, I mean, I didn't want to get fully researched in because I want to ask questions on here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a big team behind? I know is it your wife? Is it you and your wife?
Well, I am the team manager, but wife is the one that probably gets 85% of the stuff done. I would say that I brainstorm, I do the promotional work, I do the talking, negotiating, and then she gets all of it.
So what's John going to do now? John, what you doing?
He's going to be a part of a marketing team.
Marketing, yeah.
Okay. I mean, all right, let's get into this. How'd y'all land on Cut Above? It's right here.
Well, we tried with another Mississippi bourbon, and it didn't really work out quite. They didn't really want to work much at all toward helping the foundation or doing anything for the matter with what we were trying to do. And we just hit up Matt, sent him an email. He responded, picked a day or a month to go taste it. Went there. It was hot. It was fun. And that's what we ended up with.
Did he second guess, or he was just like,
no,
let's go?
An open invitation the second we emailed them.
That tells you like a real person that backs the community. That's just somebody that jumps like that. There's people that are like, well, what do I get out of this?
Yeah, I mean, he went as much as doing a custom label on the front, putting the story of the child on the back, and I believe a little bit for the foundation too.
And it's got a QR code where you can actually register to be an organ donor. on it.
Did the colorful wax to his picking, the lime green and the blue in the label. He just worked with us 100% on what we were wanting to do with it.
We were wanting to find someone who had Mississippi juice because we are Team Mississippi.
Team Mississippi. You can't have Team Louisiana.
Yeah, right. We
juice.
wanted Team Mississippi with Team Mississippi juice, and it was important that we do an education or honor a legacy in this concept, and that's what I had this brainstorm of creating Legacy Edition, where we would honor one of our donors who we had lost that had donated his organs to save somebody. And when you see it sitting on the shelf, I really wanted it to have the charities idea on it, and the blue and the green. And actually, this silhouette on here goes back to 1998, and these are the silhouettes of 4 athletes competing at the games. So there's been a long history of creating this logo, and it just felt like it was something we wanted to do. And we went to somebody else, and our stipulation was we wanted the logo on the bottle and we wanted the story on the back. And they were like, well, we'd be glad to do a bottle for you, but we'll go put your name on the bottle and we can't put the sticker on the back. Well, we just walked away. It was like, okay. And we had chatted with Matt, and Matt was like, yeah, talk to my design girl, send her what you want. She'll draw it up. And she drew it up. And next thing you know, we just set a date. We went over and picked the juice and got a tour and everything else. And it was really impressive compared to the tour that we had went on the other facility, because we learned a lot there.
He by far, I drink a lot of whiskey, but I've started switching to his stuff I think last year. Just good quality stuff. I mean, it's cut above's really good quality. It's kind of hard now that you kind of want to pay the extra. You know, I think his regular bourbon is like $40, but like you just have probably like, that's Mississippi.
His regular deal's like 40 something bucks. His special not gonna say blended, but finished, generally somewhere about 60.
The Burayu's under 60.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my baby.
Cigar blends right at 60.
I hadn't had that one yet.
The
good.
Bottle and Bond's really good. The gold wax top.
I'll tell you what, one of my favorites from him is just his plain Jane rye.
Yeah.
He has a plain J rye. The rye he has is
But what was neat is the guy you're talking to there is the guy in the warehouse, is the guy bottling the bottle, is the guy he's actually involved. I mean, there's only 3 of them, I believe he said there.
3, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a tough
And
business.
the whole process of all the bottles he sells, there are 3 or 4 people and his mother.
Says mom working there?
Mom's there. Mom answers the
Bring your mic
phone.
up. Oh, look, Wayne said, hey, John. People miss you, John. You need to come back, John. No, I mean, like I said, that's cool that number one, he's by far the best, I think, in the state. And I mean, it's my show, so I'm allowed to say that. But like that other company, I'm probably going to guess what that other company is. I'm not going to name them out, but I'm pretty sure.
You'll never guess it.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, we're trying to get Mississippi juice, so you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought us a unique product with a beautiful label, personalized to our team, and then doing the collaboration with John that we're actually able to take and make some money off of each bottle to donate back to the pediatric transplant team. It's a win-win of honoring, and you're going to buy somebody's juice off of
And probably one of the biggest barrels to ever come out. I mean, the amount of bottles we got out of that barrel, 276. We got 46 cases of it. It was, I mean, it's great. A lot of product, but we're moving it. It's going. It's delicious. People try it at the counter. They buy it.
And look, and I tell you what, the branding of it sticks out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I had this bottle here. You're like, don't open it. I'm like, I had several podcasts. I'm like, sorry guys. You know, John said don't open it. We're gonna open it on here.
Well, that's what we were talking about. We were trying to create a bottle that stood out a little different, so it created that. Hey, what's so unique about it? And then start a story. We asked them to sell it for $75 because one organ donor can enhance the lives of up to 75 people. We're trying to tell a story through that. Some people are like $75, but you understand you're donating back to a charity. You're getting a local juice product that is tastes very, very well, and then it's finished special. So I don't consider it a bad deal. I've really enjoyed it, and I think everybody.
Well, I
that
think you got
might
emotion behind
challenge
it too, and you know it helps. You know what it helps, like doing this.
Mhm.
Like I seen that for me. Like we had I have my own medical marijuana through Carter's Champions, and what I seen is the support. We sold 16 pounds in like 4 days, like all of it. We sold everything out because they were like, oh, because we got $1 and they had to go to the hospital.
Right. So
it was a story, and if people are, that's the thing you got to watch out for some people. People are, if they're for you, they're going to buy more than one bottle.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 bottles on the shelf. One you can help somebody, and the other you don't know who it's going to or who it's helping. It's not even local. I mean, I tend to try and help the local guy or the small guy. And then when you're getting a product like we're getting, taste wise, I mean, for me, it's
Justin.
a win-win.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love anybody trying to get, do stuff for other people. I really enjoy that. I find that we need that more in the community. That's why I like when John reached out about it. Because I mean, another too is like John doesn't have an ego. That's why for me, John being a sponsor of the show, and because I know John, John doesn't have an ego. When you take a person like John, he can connect you to things, y'all can work together, and I think that's a beautiful thing to have. Like,
and that was the thing that was unique is I had went and done a tour with Matt and met him after watching Bruzel expose him on TV for making bourbon, and I was like, this guy is making bourbon in Kill, Mississippi. I got to go see this. So we did. We met Matt and we chit chatted, and then
can we call it bourbon?
What?
Yeah,
It's bourbon. What else would you call it?
I don't know. Whiskey. I took all the bourbon out of it because I call it bourbon.
Oh.
And there's that kind of, if you're not in Kentucky, it's not bourbon. So if you look at the clip I did where it's all cut up, I just cut out the bourbon. I should have kept it in because I kept calling it a bourbon.
So
I thought to be called a bourbon, it just had to have been aged for a certain amount of time.
I'm not
in America.
In America.
Yeah.
So it's not
bourbon hasn't. Whiskey can be from Canada, anywhere else. Bourbon can only be American made.
If you're paying for the product, you can call it whatever you want.
Well, I know.
Call it.
It's
kind of like making sure that the product is made to standard, I guess.
What was the turnaround for picking the barrel to production?
2 months.
It's not bad at all.
If we would have, we
could have got it earlier, really.
Yeah, we emailed him in the summer, and we wanted to wait till it cooled down a little bit because out in the rack houses, it's so hot. And
how hot is it in there? It's gotta be.
I mean, we went in October. It was pretty toasty. I wore pants and I was sweating.
But it's got an aroma in there that's really amazing.
Yeah.
If you haven't done one of those tours,
we're gonna go do a tour. I was talking to my buddy Chase Bories. Remember Chase?
Yeah.
So Chase, we play video games at night sometimes, and I was like, you need to go get a cut above, and he went and got a cut above, and he's like, dang. So with me and him, we're playing video games, sipping, and I was like, he has a tour. I think his tour is what, $15
on Friday afternoon. Normally like 2 to 4, I believe.
Our tour was 13,000.
Yeah, John, you got unlimited money. I mean, no, so y'all gonna continue? This is going to be one of y'all's first collaborations. You're gonna continue to do more of these.
We're gonna do another one.
We're probably gonna try and have one hit in March and deliver in April.
Talk about I think delivery in April, and probably want to do another one with Matt because he's got so many to choose from. It's not just Orlosa sherry cask. It's regular. It's
his wreck has us.
Just don't do peanut butter, please.
No,
I can't handle the peanut butter.
I can't stand peanut butter whiskey.
I've kind of thought about it myself, and I sent a message the other day, and I asked him, and he had replied back. I'm like, "What about a slight cinnamon?"
Peanut butter whiskey reminds me of when Crown Maple came out.
Yeah, but
I was a bartender at Skeeter's, and I was behind the bar on the backside, and the girls were opening the bottle to do tastings at the front door, and I smelt it from 12 foot away.
I got one friend that likes peanut butter, and that's Brandon Davis, the MMA fighter, and he loves peanut butter whiskey. And he likes it cold.
It is pretty good. You can put it on the rocks and get like some Chambord and mist it on top, and you got like a little peanut butter jelly old fashioned.
I was going to say the peanut butter and jelly is the
Yeah.
I'm a fan of it.
Everybody got their own thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Dana White bourbon with the screwball is pretty good. So banana bourbon with peanut butter whiskey is pretty good.
I would go call
Ben saying we need to do a feature of the Magnolia Room. We might do it one day, Ben. We might do it one day. First, you can't cancel me on podcasts. Ben, when we had the other show, he was supposed to come over and be like guest bartender on a couple shows. Never forgot that, Ben. Love you though. You're sponsor of this show, but I love you. He was just supposed to come and cancel him. I wanted to have like a mixture of like having a person with a mic over there and be like a guest bartender.
He used to have one of the best burgers in Gulfport.
Was that his Irish bar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went there. I think I went there with Jug.
I used to check IDs at the quarter when they did Dubstep Mondays.
Oh, dude, I remember that. Dubstep Mondays.
And whenever it would end, we would go over to to his pub. But yeah, Dubstep Mondays.
I used to go to Dubstep Mondays. I'll make it up to you. All right, we can do that. Like you said, can you bring back that burger for John? All right, let me try this. Let me go ahead and pour this. Try this without anything in here.
Oh yeah.
I want to give it a try.
Oh, you want me to pour it?
Yeah. Just because you are on vacation. See, he kills this. Like, this is some good shit.
What would you guess the proof was?
I would say 100.
106.
Yeah, I'd say 100. Kind of, damn, this one's good.
To me, it's the lingering after
Yeah.
you get on this one.
Like I said, I just like, I didn't even really know. People would just tell me about this company. It's just kind of like, all right, shit, I'll get one. I'm like, dang. Throw a little vinyl on, little Aerosmith vinyl over there. Pour you a couple of these. Then you go downstairs and have a fire. That's what I do in my life.
Well, I was up at the hospital today in Jackson, and we were just kind of promoting to the transplant team what we had done. And Cut Above was well known to them. They thought we hit a home run when we were doing Crit Deeds Cut Above, so they were very familiar with it. And we didn't even have to crack the bottle for some of them to test it. They were like, "Yeah, give me a bottle, give me a bottle. If it's coming out of his facility, we want it."
Well, he's got that YouTube background, so everybody goes. He's got these bourbon hunters on YouTube that flock to his distillery. So, and they got millions and millions of followers. So go to YouTube and type in Cut Above Tours, and these guys will come all the way to the United States, and they will take their buddies, like the group you're talking about. They'll take their buddies, and Matt will take them on a tour. And I started watching it because he reminds me of Chris Stapleton. I've already said this 1,000 times, and I mean it. This dude looks like Chris Stapleton. Let's be honest. So when you got a guy who looks like Chris Stapleton who makes bourbon, every time his shirt sweats, it's bourbon, right?
You've got to get him on here and
I'll get him on here. I'll just bring out my own gear.
Learn his educational background.
He's probably like a Dave Reese, if I had to guess. Dave Reese owns Fly Llama, which is he's Wisconsin. He's a brewer in Biloxi.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta he's a brew master for beer, and I'm pretty sure they have the same kind of style, like Dave's from Wisconsin. But have you ever been to Fly Llama?
I haven't.
A good place.
Yeah, but he just makes solid beer. But some of it's because he's from Wisconsin, so it's like lagers and stuff. But like he'll take a local rice, Delta rice, and he'll make a rice lager. But like he's like a super nerd about it. Like he's always in the back brewing. You don't know he's the owner.
So looking at Matt,
I feel like he went to the Grammys.
No. It's gonna be it's left field. Left field.
An accountant.
I can see that.
With a law degree
With a law degree.
I can't. I mean, phew.
at Georgetown University.
I mean, what's to do pro bono work? Has to.
You're gonna have to talk to him. I'm telling you, he's
So
actually.
you're telling me he's the renegade?
Yeah.
He yes, he's brilliant.
Renegade's your time period.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, like I think anybody trying to start a distillery in Mississippi, and because this is such a small, I mean, having a small distillery, it's it's a lot of money. You know, you're not overnight millionaires having your own distillery.
But you gotta be almost like a mad scientist chemist to be putting out some of the flavors he's putting out.
I wonder what was y'all's. So how many how many tastes did y'all do?
We
And,
did
and Justin, I don't care if you're circuit court or be the mayor of Harrison County for all I care. Justin, no.
You know how many people think his name is Justin?
Really?
Justin.
Juhtin.
His dad's my O'Reilly's guy, Mr. Mark. Best O'Reilly's manager in this world. His dad's been with O'Reilly's for decades.
Which one?
The one in Biloxi, all of them. I think he manages all of
Cedar
them.
Lake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, went to school with my dad. So, Justin's no peanut. I say no to peanut butter. Next question. So, how many did y'all try?
I think we
4 or
tasted
5.
4 or 5. I think it was 5. I know we started with a double oak.
Mm-hmm.
Might have tried 2 double oaks and 2. We did an Oloroso and then
This was the only Oloroso we tasted.
was it a sherry cask on the other one, or we tried another finish one? I couldn't remember what that last one was.
Well, you guys tried them. I just smelt them.
You smelt them?
Yeah, but me and the
You can go off a lot on something off a smell. You don't have to taste it.
Did he do the whole like prick? It stream out.
yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's the magic.
And what's funny is we all kept our numbers together and all agreed on the same barrel based on smell from
Mhm.
John and taste from me and Trish.
It's really good.
To me, it's
Yeah.
really good. But then it kind of lingers with you. It's got a little flavor and just kind of hangs around in the back.
It reminds me of going and having a fire later, which I'm probably gonna have a fire later.
It's a girthy oak taste. Just sits in the
but
back
it's
of your
not
mouth.
like I prefer these type of flavors versus like,
Flavor, peanut butter.
yeah. I mean, for me, I mean, like I said, I just always been like I like that rum one. Eli, you'll need to get with Circle Hook. Like Eli, I'll tell you what. Eli, you get that rum. You get his. I like his clear, but he's got a dark rum. I don't know what the name of that one is, but man, I sat there with his wife at Chandelier. This is when I first found out about Circle Hook.
Mhm.
They had a tasting at Chandelier. This really sweet lady showed me samples, and I'm like, oh damn, smooth. I sat there, look back, and then I met Eli. Eli's an Alaskan fisherman, so he's a real Alaskan fisherman, and they're a good family, but they're small business too. So I'm pretty sure if you reach out to Eli, he would jump all over it. I like seeing this. I like seeing. It makes me proud to see, like, us having distilleries that want to jump in.
Well,
Yeah,
he was saying he's a rum drinker.
Yeah, I like rum primarily. And if we can find a Mississippi distiller wants to feature their product and we can partner a story together, I'm on board working with them.
And Circle Hook's a real pretty bottle too. From the marketing side, it looks good on a shelf. The cut above looks good on a shelf. Shape, the way they do it, the cork.
I wonder if they do all the labeling in-house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why he can do that for you. That's why he can tell your story, because he's the only person he's the one that goes, I can do that.
Well, they have to have a certain part of the back that the government warning, the barcode, like you can't touch that. It's a matter of them wanting to share the rest of the space with themselves or with, in our case, the story.
It is not an automatic labeler. and it's not an automatic bottler. So I mean, there's a lot of handwork into this one.
They're hand dipping still. They're well, I think they're all. Don't all distilleries hand dip, or Makers is still hand dipped? And look how big they are. They have a production line of people just dipping bottles.
Yeah, but someone's got that automatic labeler where it just feeds and runs through. So a little bit different.
The distiller Cathead has a label machine.
How was your experience? Because you've had other barrels.
Yeah,
I mean, John owns Drinx right by Target in the Promenade in D'Iberville. It's one of my favorite stores. But how many barrels have you ordered before? I mean, you picked.
7 to 10.
How was your experience dealing with the local?
Well, it was a great experience. I mean, I didn't have to drive or fly to go do it. I wasn't rushed to pick it out. It was right around town home. It's a lot better experience. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like going to Kentucky. I liked going to the distilleries up there. It's something different, but it's also great to go pick a barrel and go back home in the same day kind of thing.
Is this one of your first? Is this the first collaboration you've ever done like this? You've been doing this since 1998.
Well, we've had the team since 1998. This is the first liquor bottle that we have done a partnership with. Team Mississippi's been around since 1998. I had my last transplant in 98. I actually took over the team in about 2008. No, I got it probably about 2018, actually. I had my... I got involved in 2008 with the team. And Mark, with any writing of the ship or changing things up, everybody comes in with new ideas. And I just want us not only to be athletes, but be proactive in the education and awareness. I like going to schools and talking. If you see my Jeep, it's decked out with lights and everything else, so we can draw attention to ourselves and have conversation. With the bourbon craze and everybody talking about this is good, that's good, I just thought it was neat how some of the people were trying to collect certain little bottles just because they had a different label on them. I mean, they had even...
But you need to drink them. You don't need to collect them. Drink them.
Right.
Facebook dads.
And stop reselling on Facebook.
Yeah.
So
I got into bourbon
price.
when I was paying 20. So my stepdad is a lobbyist in Jackson. So I got into bourbons because he's a lobbyist. Cigars and bourbons, his thing. He's got all the Blanton stamps.
Mm-hmm.
So you got all of them because you get all the Blanton stamps. They send it off and they get you a plaque, like a wood plaque. So I was paying like $26 for Eagle Rare. I can see Eagle Rare now go for $55, $60 on Facebook, $120.
I think it's like almost $100.
And that's these people get mad on Facebook, and I'm sorry that it just irritates me. But us as a business, if we post an Eagle Rare to our Facebook page, and let's just say we picked $59.99, we would get torn up alive for posting or charging that much for Eagle Rare. But then that same person who is upset that we're charging $59.99 is selling it for $100 in a bourbon group.
Comment and just like, kiss my ass.
Yeah, I just don't comment because
but you own it. So
yeah,
like, hey, ... don't buy, kiss my ass.
So I was actually trying to think back how we got onto bourbon, but there's a lady from the coast here, Julie Aber, that wanted to do a fundraiser for our Team Mississippi, and she come up with the idea of having a Kentucky Derby gala. And basically we got to brainstorming, and they bring the horses around, they bring the cigars out, the girls dress up, have a hat party, and of course that's where the bourbon followed. So that's how we team got into bourbon, actually. And then I thought it would be neat to have our own label and tell a story out of the bourbon. And I believe we went to John to purchase some one night. He just happened to be behind the counter, and we were talking about the charity, and
he bought the remaining 8 bottles of Woodford Kentucky Derby Select.
Sure did, yeah. He sold us the
were
rest
you in
of
your Jeep?
No, he was you were in your truck. I helped you carry it out.
You remember that one, huh? But it all come together real well.
I gotta share that. I forgot. I've been having it downstairs. I just gotta shout out to my boys. That's what I was telling you, guys. Hold on. Last week, can you see it? Yeah. You can't see me, but it's okay. Oh shit. Hold on.
You want help?
Last week, I had Starbuds and Root Down donate $10,000 to Memorial Hospital. I know people have their feelings on medical marijuana, but this is a new wave coming, and they like to give back. So I want to shout out to Starbuds and Root Down. This is amazing. This means the world to us, and I can't wait to continue our relationship. My goal is to raise $1 million a year. Gotta figure it out. But I love you guys, and thank you so much. All right, now back to the show.
Back to the show.
So the Kentucky Derby thing is I've heard about. I think I've heard. I think I met her.
It's a fun night, and you're coming together. The guys, like I say, they'll open up the cigars, the bourbon, chill a little bit, catered meal, about 300 tickets. So
Wear them weird hats.
they wear their hats. They get the girls dress up.
But did y'all have mint juleps?
We did,
Okay.
and old fashioned.
Yeah.
Mint juleps and old fashions. They keep true to something. We got a live band. It was just a good night, and that's how we started brainstorming to get into bourbon. Really,
I mean, that's the best way. Look, this bourbon's there. Okay, people like that stuff. I'm a supporter. Like I was saying, like I'm a supporter of the medical marijuana. I know it's not a lot. People frown upon it. Like, well, why are they doing that? Or look, these people are willing to help raise money. That's what you got to keep. Number one, your goal is to help raise awareness and raise money. This right here is you're going to see this is going to have more of an impact, not only financially, but marketing wise, because this is a bourbon that guy gets off of work, has his buddy over, pops that bottle open, shares it with their friends, and tells your story without you telling the story.
well, and then who knows? 5-6 years down the road, tragedy hits. His wife's, faced with the decision, and she's like, yeah, we had that conversation. He wanted to help somebody in his time.
It's not like you're not doing it for yourself; you're doing it for others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you are an organ donor, I mean, you have to die in such a rare state to be able to donate your organs. So the need is great. The possibility of qualifying is very low, and we are opt in, not opt out. So without us making decisions, just very little chance.
You just got to talk to your wife, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, you got to talk to your loved one, talk to your family, because once you're gone, they're going to come in and ask the next person.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I like what y'all are doing. I think that's why. You guys, look, you're gonna have controversial stuff on my show. I'm gonna have everything you can think of, but one thing I've always have a spot for is local give back. It's what I do. It's what you do. I love seeing John, he being a part of it, because, like I said, that's why you gotta take pride in when you do have a drink, go to Drinx and buy stuff. John, John has and one day I'm gonna get him, but John has an incredible story about his father, and I think that helps you because you do a lot for your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about that on a later show. But John busts his ass and takes care of his pops. And I could tell that has something for him because he's been doing this. How many years have you been helping your dad?
He got sick in 2018.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What that jersey, let's drop that jersey. So I gave him a Joe Theismann Super Bowl jersey because his dad's a sports collector.
Mm-hmm.
And John told me the other day, goes, yeah, I'm getting it framed. And it's like his dad was at the game. So what's the odds of giving a signed jersey and his dad was at the game?
But he also gave it to me we were on a show and we were talking about my dad's collection, and I brought up Lawrence Taylor, and then that's when he just so happened to have a Joe Theismann game jersey just lying around.
And that's really unique that you're talking about that and how that plays into coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
I believe everything happens this way.
Well, so 13 is my lucky number, and that's why I told John I wanted $13 on a bottle, and we just stick with that, and everything happens. But We have a donor family that they got the number 13 jersey from the Atlanta Braves affiliate in Jackson at Trustmark Park. Oh, not Trustmark. Yeah, it is Trustmark Park. And I had actually sent a message saying I wanted the 13 jersey and I was going to pay X number of dollars for it. But the donor family got the jersey and they left. 4 years later or so, I find her walking the street in a charity fundraiser walk. And I went up to her and I told her I needed that jersey. That jersey was supposed to be mine. Well, 3 or 4 years goes by, but after she sees my love for 13 and the jersey, she actually donates that jersey to me. Says she wants me to have that jersey. Well, Mora and the kindness that they did, they told me to come pick up a jersey so that I could give her a jersey back. And we had a little gala party and we presented her with a jersey. I opened it up. It was number 12. She starts crying. It was 12 years since she lost her daughter. And that was very impactful for her.
Yeah.
We were like, what was the odds of me pulling out? Because there was 4 jerseys that we gave out that night. But to give her the same number without knowing. And she was like, I know you don't know this, but you just gave me number 12 and my daughter would be 12 years from this date. And we were just like, wow, how the numbers play.
I mean, this world's a beautiful thing. It's just, I mean, I'm starting to really, everything happens for a reason. Everything, I believe, it happens, and it's coming in that way. You feel, John, how do you feel everybody's taking these bottles on? Have you sold a good bit of these?
We have sold, I think the first night, I mean, the foundation bought some, and other than that, we're more than halfway done. It was a large barrel,
I think
though,
so.
276 bottles. Our next largest barrel, we once got 2 George Dickel barrels, and between the 2 barrels we bought at one time, 3 times the amount of bottles in this barrel. Those 2 barrels leaked a lot, but regardless, it's just a huge barrel.
There was no leakage on this barrel.
Does he
No.
make his own barrels? Does he make his own barrels?
You mean like,
No.
Matt doesn't make his own? I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about that. I just heard that a lot of the barrels that, you know, you're not going to get the full amount.
no, I think we got the full amount. Very little was lost, if any at all. It's just a large barrel.
It was huge. I mean, in the picture, I don't know if you have it or not, but the barrel's behind us, and it was. We can find out the specifics.
Oh yeah, the picture that the group of us.
Oh.
Can you pull that up?
I can airdrop it to myself on my
Oh.
computer. Hold on. Where do y'all practice at? Do y'all have like a practice squad area?
We get together throughout the state, just time to time, where each other plans to get together, or depending on what sport we want to do.
I'm gonna grab this one too, real quick. 1 second.
Now, talking about the numbers. Guess the age of my donor, liver, in 1998.
62.
What was my lucky number?
13?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's gotta be kind of creepy.
Well,
Ain't 13 like 13? Do they hotels don't have 13 floors, right? Is that true or false?
well,
Or did I watch a movie that?
yeah, some do,
scared
some
me.
don't. The airplanes don't generally have 13 seats, but
Something you don't really look for when you're in an elevator, but I'm definitely going to look next time and see.
I think that's a real thing. Oh, let me go upload these.
yeah,
Yep.
they can be superstitious on it, but I like it.
Yes, Justin, they're there.
What is Justin? No, they're not. I'm just kidding. I need to get Justin back. I need to get Justin on here.
Let me, if he's okay with it.
He ain't
I
got a
would
choice.
love.
You want to come on?
I would love to sit on with him. I have not seen him in years, just like he said. But
You have right. No, you have that's a perk of being a sponsor. You get to come in and sit on anybody's show.
no, well, that's great.
Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Where is it?
Just sort it by the
John,
Sorry. Yeah.
you're breaking my heart right now, John. I'm already under pressure right now.
That looks good. Whoever's food that was.
That's Drinx. Not District.
Oh man, I was there today. Got an Americano.
Let's see. Where is it at? John, do you know how to find it?
Time you might want to
I
title
don't
it.
know how you want me to find it.
Oh, let's see. Go back and do it again. Hold on.
Wait, go up to recents.
Did you see him yell at me on the show? Mom. Did it go through? 1 second.
Did you click it whenever it came up in the?
No. Hold on. I probably got to redo it. Ain't a big deal.
It was a big barrel. That was the whole point. Of
Oh,
the
I know, but
picture.
ain't no rush. Dude, look. Ain't no rush. We're having a good time. So you can go back and watch it. Stay on live with us. You can go watch Hallmark movies with your girl. Do whatever you want to do. No, and the reason I say that is because I've been getting more comfortable with the live show where you got to be comfortable. You got to take a pee-pee on my show, go pee-pee. This is fascinating stuff. I mean, you got David Lee Miller here trying to raise awareness and money. Take that any day of the week. 1 sec. Yeah, I should have uploaded it sooner. Man, I've been having a blast. All right, so this goes. Received. All right, there it is. So it isn't download. It isn't download. John, can you be the co-host right now and fill in some dead air?
Fill us some dead in there.
Would how's everyone doing? I don't know what you want me to say.
I love you. I'm John Kentzel. Start with that.
I love you. I'm John.
John, where are you from?
I mean, technically based St. Louis, but I mean, I would say Biloxi. I've lived here for the last 36 years.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
I don't really have one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No color?
I don't see color.
You don't see color.
You're colorblind?
Yeah.
This is fascinating. I'm learning more and more. Let's see. Everybody, John's colorblind. All right, the barrel one I'm having issues with. Repeating that. No, I can't send that one because it's the HEC. Hold on. That's what it is.
Format?
Yeah, this thing won't do HEC. I'll just have to crop it real quick. What is y'all? What's gonna happen in the next few months? Like,
Well, hopefully we're picking another barrel come January, February.
Like say, might need to let you go with us.
I mean, we emailed him in what, June, July, and
We didn't go over to what, September, October?
we went the first week of October, picked it,
Try to move
and
on.
it was here the first week of December.
he probably checks his own emails.
Huh?
He probably checks his own emails.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah. You got that personal experience. He keeps blowing up the way he is on this YouTube. You probably never gonna see him again. Let's see.
I need a secretary.
You need a secretary?
I need a secretary.
I need to figure out what I'm doing with my life.
Well, that might be me over here too.
I hope Maximo, happy birthday, Maximo. I'm sorry I missed it. Love you though. Right, here we go. Boom.
That's it to the right.
Wow, that thing is massive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if the saran wrap made a difference.
Maybe that's why nothing leaked. It was wrapped.
Bam.
Huh.
No
See,
angel shares.
You can't tell me right now that dude can do the national anthem at any Super Bowl.
No. Not that guy. He
Not-
can sell liquor.
Are you
No,
Japanese? Are you
he's talking
Japanese?
about. He's talking
Are
about.
you, are you
Matt.
Japanese?
Yeah, he's not gonna sing Chris Stapleton.
Just say it'd be
Well,
awesome.
we don't know that.
Hey, Jordan, what's your telephone number real quick?
Okay.
So, you want to call it out?
228.
You put it in and send
Yeah.
it to yourself.
All right. That's fine. It's 228-239-2871. You need insurance, you call me.
There you go.
Start getting like weird.
Now I sent you
hitting
a video, but that will tell you the story of transplantation.
Okay.
Basically.
Oh, look, Justin said I can be there.
Let's see.
Justin, I'll also be there all day tomorrow. So come by, please.
Is he a
How many
regular
bottles
customer?
did he want?
He asked if there were bottles left. So it could be more than one.
Bottle, yeah.
Well,
I think you got to have two, one to keep and one to drink.
or drink it, collect the bottles like a Batman glass. Go back and get the next bottle. Buy 2 bottles, drink both bottles. Share it with a friend. Make it a special occasion.
Or buy them to give as Christmas gifts,
I was gonna say, it is
donations.
Christmas time.
We do gift wrapping at no cost. And they fit great into our
If I get a
bags.
bourbon, can you wrap my other gifts?
Yeah.
Don't- Like- Does that mean you can wrap all Emily's gifts?
No. I don't like wrapping. I don't. I purposely do a bad job to where I'm not picked to do it. Like
I don't spend any time when I do my wrapping, man. I'm horrible. Like I don't like it either. You'll find a lot of times that just get a brown paper bag, put a bow on it.
I've tried YouTube in the way the Japanese do it because they do it with
love.
Well, it's so fluent, but they put it on there sideways and it's just fold after fold. You only use one piece of tape and it wraps an entire box. You got to look it up. It's really, I've tried slowing it down. I've tried pausing. I can't get it right. But it's one piece
Are
tape.
you Japanese?
I
You look Japanese.
Not Japanese.
What are you?
This is what the show's about.
What?
We
We plugged your foundation. Now
I'm American.
how do you look kind of Japanese though?
Well, mostly I'm Hispanic or Mexican, but you're going Japanese. I think that's a first for
Yeah.
me.
I think you got going on. What are you, John? What's your? Italian.
Yeah, Italian. Probably. I don't know. I'm white.
I'm Cajun French.
Cajun French.
Yeah, my family like Homo Dulac. My brother's, he's got a darker tan, and I'm just the white boy in the family. My brother's about 5'7". He works on a pokey boat in Louisiana.
So yeah, me and my brothers don't have the same.
I look
profile
adopted.
either.
Yeah, truthfully.
Really?
My dad. You can see it in my dad, but like our family, it's leaning towards more tan.
They kind of think I might have been switched at birth.
Well, you don't. You could.
My dad was stationed in Germany, military brat, but
Where were you born?
Frankfurt, Germany.
So you're German.
No, I'm an American citizen.
No, you're German. Maybe it makes you full blown German.
I am an American citizen on German soil.
How long were you there for?
I think you were there about a year and a half.
So so every 4 years you moved around.
Went from Germany, I believe, back to Fort Hood.
Did you have a lot of friends that you stayed in touch with?
Well, I was there as a child baby, so no. We're actually the transplant games this year for international. We'll go to Germany, and I am interested in kind of looking at the area and the history and see if we can't reconnect with my parents, friends, and family from back then. But we'll see how that goes.
My sister lived there for like 4 years, and they moved into the city, like the village.
And that's basically what they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they went to villages, and they're like, I think she could understand a little bit of it, but she rented his house, and she sent me a photo. She sent me a video. We actually FaceTime. She rented his house from like most of the houses over there, like 1800s, 1700s, and they had a leftover wine cellar with like 100 bottles of wine. and they pop the
Crazy.
bottles open and they would drink on that. And she said it's like, I mean, drinking is all they do there. Like wine. What, John? You
No.
I mean, I guess you could do like a poll.
For
Like
Peanut butter.
I say you could do a poll thing. Y'all can go out and taste and I mean, find out what y'all can pick because some of the places ain't gonna do peanut butter. But
I don't think peanut butter's in the future for these.
I don't.
But you could still.
I would hope to. I'm hoping that we can eventually. Nothing against bourbon, but a rum barrel would be nice. A tequila barrel would be nice. Another Critidins, but I don't necessarily want to go to Screwball and get a single barrel. I don't even know if they do that. To be honest, I'm not sure how Screwball peanut butter is made.
I mean, it's on Unwrapped. I'm pretty sure.
I'll have to look it up.
Mark Summers, guys, check out Unwrapped. Teach you how to like make all the candies and stuff. And still watch that show. You find it mainly on YouTube now. You remember Unwrapped?
Mm-mm.
Whereas like,
Is it like how it's made?
yeah, it's like it's Mark Summers. It's Double Dare.
Who's Mark Summers?
From Double Dare.
Yeah, the host.
What's Double Dare?
Challenge. Physical
Nickelodeon
challenge. Physical
Double Dare?
challenge.
Are you kidding me right now?
Physical challenge.
Mark Summers. He was a Nickelodeon, like he was.
The king.
He's like the Jay Leno of Nickelodeon.
I know Jay Leno.
Okay, well, Mark Summers is close. Except he don't have cars, but he would do the show. It'd be like, today we're in the factory of Frito-Lay. This is how we make Doritos.
Slime.
Yeah, I mean, all right, I'm gonna have to send you a documentary. I'm really disappointed right now. It's kind of ruined this whole show.
Sorry.
Do you feel so? All right, how? So you said they can go to the site if people want to become a donor. How do they do that? They scan this bottle, but also I put in there your .org.
Yes, just go to teammississippi.transplant.org and we've got all of our information about the team. And then there's also how to register to be an organ donor on there. Next time you get your driver's license, talk to the lady, whether she asks you the question or not, tell her, hey, I want to register to be an organ donor.
And that David Lee Miller.
Lee Miller. Miller time.
Yeah, but I know. That's why I thought it kind of threw me off when I seen Lee as a middle name. I was like, maybe. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for coming. Thanks to Cut Above. Thanks to Team Mississippi. Thanks to John Kentzel from Drinx, which, I mean, if you see my ad, you always see John's face on it. I did that on purpose. He has a beautiful face. Support John. Support the people that are supporting people like the Millers that I'm pretty sure you're not taking this for profit. Y'all are fighting the cause.
We are supporting a cause, and most of everything with these bottles are going to the pediatric transplant. And what we do is we basically just take them to the next game, and it's sponsored so that mom and dad can focus on the child's functions and everything else. It's basically like a post-transplant rehab. The insurance doesn't do anything after transplant for that, so we step up and do it.
All right. Well, love you guys, and thank you all so much for tuning in to the show. I'll be having these boys back on, and you'll see me after the holidays start January. Well, if you want to come back on, we'll throw together another show.
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right. Love y'all. Thank you all so much, Mom.
Bye, Justin.
Mm-hmm.